Good afternoon, everybody. It is Haley from Talented HV. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe. Today is Saturday, September 12th, 2020. Today in this stream, I am going to be interviewing Sam from the YouTube channel The Blind Life. So, at the moment, he is not here yet, but I wanted to start the stream on time, so I will keep an ear out for him, but until then, my day has been going well. I had coffee this morning. The funny thing is with the coffee maker, it wasn't starting for some reason, and the main reason was that there wasn't enough water in it, which I thought was kind of funny. So, me and Bella from Wolfie Apple, please subscribe to her too. She told me that, so we filled it up with water and it worked. And we kinda messed around with the creamer so, to see if we had enough. And then after that, we just hung out in the living room. We had some sandwiches and some chips and cookies and stuff. That was good. And then we went out for a walk for a bit, and we came back early because Bella from Wolfie Apple was kind of thirsty, so we came back, and I was actually able to figure out the schedule for later live in 30 minutes feature, which I thought was kind of cool. So I thought that was nice. And Sam is here.
Hello.
I was waiting for it to say that. You can hear me, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, everybody, for my random little story, please, I have no sound effects, so sorry about that, but please say hi to Sam from The Blind Life if there's anyone even in the comments. Probably not, but how are you doing, Sam? Welcome to my channel.
Thank you very much. I'm good. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. I just kept going up and down with my cursor to see, come on, it's like, is it gonna show his name or not? I'm like, oh, it says end of stream, and I looked, I'm like, oh, yes, it's working.
My video is all stretched out. I don't know if there's a way to adjust it or not, but
If there is, I have no idea.
that's alright. I'm not this skinny, everybody.
Not me either. I don't care if I say that or not. So, how has your day been, Sam?
It's been an interesting day. Actually, my daughter broke her collarbone today, so she just got back from the clinic. And she's got the sling and the arm all bandaged up and everything, or wrapped up. So yeah, that's how our day has been going.
Nice.
Yeah. Other than that, no problems.
Well, that's good. So for people who may not know if it's from my channel, who you are and what you do on your channel, would you like to tell everyone, the lovely people, a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yeah. So, hello everybody. My name is Sam. I've got a YouTube channel called The Blind Life, where I make videos about living life with vision impairments. The tagline is helping you learn how to live your best blind life, and I do that through tips and tricks videos, how-to videos. My main focus on the channel is assistive technology, teaching people about the amazing AT that's available to us to help us live our best lives.
That sounds fascinating, actually.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly how I found your channel. I honestly don't remember how, but I think it was either from this Facebook group I'm in called the Blind and Visually Impaired YouTube Support Group.
Oh, yeah.
It was either that or some other reasoning. I don't remember how I found it, but I thought it was cool and educational, so I was like, hey, why not? So I've been subscribed to his channel for a while, and I saw the video that you posted like a while back about the WeWalk cane.
Yeah.
I actually ordered one.
Oh, okay.
And I got an email
yesterday, I believe, saying, "Oh, here's your shipping information." I'm like, it took long enough, so now I gotta wait maybe 1 or 2 more weeks.
Oh no. Well, I wonder if it's coming all the way from Israel.
I have no idea. I don't even know where it's coming from, honestly. My mom just helped me pre-ordered it back in May, so there's that.
Cool.
Well, you kind of said this briefly, but I'll ask this anyway. What other things do you talk about on your channel besides I guess cane related things?
Yeah, it's as I said, it's my channel is really geared towards mainly. Well, it's for everybody, obviously, but I think a lot of my viewers are people who maybe are new to vision loss. Maybe they're older in life and they've started losing their vision and they just don't know how to navigate the blind life. So they can tune into my channel and watch some videos about, as I said, AT mainly, but like this video I just put up this morning was, an easy way to find something that you drop on the floor, whether that's medication or anything, little tips and tricks like that, how-tos, I guess.
That sounds very helpful, actually.
Yeah.
And as you said in your little intro a few minutes ago, your YouTube channel is called The Blind Life, correct?
Yep.
How did you come up with your YouTube name?
Well, originally, so I started my channel in 2013, so quite a while ago, and originally it was called The Blind Spot because my vision impairment, I don't have central vision, and so I have just giant blind spots. And so the name was kind of an homage to that, but it was also a literal place on the internet where people could come and learn about vision impairment. So a literal blind spot. So that was the name for like 3 or 4 years, and then had some issues with this company up in New York. They weren't crazy about my name being kind of similar to theirs, and they decided to get their lawyers involved, and it was a big mess. And so I had to change the name, and I kind of put it out to the community at the time. I kind of turned it into a chat, or a contest. Let's rename the channel, and I got some great suggestions, and I was kind of leaning towards The Blind Life, and I think someone else recommended it also. So I was like, yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. And it ended up being the easiest because I only had to change one name and one word in all my graphics, and so that's how that came about. And I think it kind of hindsight, I think it works better than The Blind Spot. I think it means more to the theme of the channel as well. So it was tough at the time, but ended up being not too big of a deal.
Okay. And of course, now that I'm curious, since you mentioned about your previous YouTube name, how'd you come up with The Blind Spot?
Well, just that. Like I said, it was I was sitting there one day thinking, what do I name this channel? And I'm terrible at these kind of things. I'm terrible about making decisions like that. I agonize over trying to name a folder on my desktop. So I was just sitting there one day or one evening, and it just kind of came to me. Like I said, I was thinking about my vision impairment and how I could tie it into the vision impairment. And since I have giant blind spots, it seemed to fit. It kind of fit with that, and it fit with what I wanted the channel to be on YouTube.
Right.
So yeah, that's how it came to me.
Cool. What is your favorite topic on your channel and why? Well, it doesn't really say and why on the question, but I just added that right now.
I think probably AT is my favorite. I've got my background is in assistive technology. I was an assistive technology trainer for several years. I've always loved technology, so I love discovering new technology that's available and then sharing that with people. Last year, before 2020 hit and we all had to stay inside, I went to several different conferences, traveled to conferences last year, AT conferences, and so I love just seeing the new technology. And I figure there's a lot of people out there that maybe live in rural areas, don't have access to learning about these new devices. So if they can jump onto my channel and find out what the newest, latest and greatest tech is out there, then, you know, I'm doing my small part to help out the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite video on your channel?
Oh man, see, I'm terrible about coming up with favorite stuff. People say, "What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite color?" It's like I don't have a favorite of anything really, except children. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I have some that I really enjoy, and it's like, you know, we have to put out content on a regular basis. If you want your channel to grow, you got to put out content. And what I always tell people is they're not all winners. You know, not every video is going to be a good video, but you have to put it out there. It's better to make it and then like focus on the next one. But every now and then I put out a good one where I'm like, oh, I'm really proud of that video. Just whether it's the editing or the content or my performance in the video, something about it just is like, yeah, that was a good one. I've got several I've got a whole series on my channel called Why It Sucks to Be Blind. And it's tongue in cheek. It's supposed to be meant as, you know, looking at the humorous side of blindness. You know, I don't focus on the negative side of blindness on my channel. And so I try to focus on the humorous side, and because there's some ridiculous stuff that comes along with being blind. And so I've got this whole series, like I said, of Why It Sucks to Be Blind. And the videos would be like, reason number 43, why it sucks to be blind, you know, and then I go into the video. And so several of those are pretty funny, and I enjoy that. I haven't made one of those in quite a while. I need to get back to that. But then I've got one video where I talk about how to brush your teeth, you know, how blind people brush their teeth. And it was one of those videos that it was just, I thought it was a dumb idea. I was having a conversation with somebody, and we were talking about this. And I thought to myself, I wonder if anybody else is wondering about this. So I made the video. I thought for sure nobody would care about it. It would be just a throwaway video, just another video on the channel. But it ended up resonating with a lot of people. I still get emails about that video. Because like I said, you know, a lot of my viewers are new, and they don't know how to do these things. So they were never taught the proper way to manage the blind life. So I had a lady, she sent me an email. She's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You saved my life with that video. I'm like, I don't.
Well, there you go.
I don't know if I saved your life, but I appreciate it.
I guess they felt that way about it.
Yeah. So just, you know, I don't know. Some of those videos, they stick out for some reason.
I know this has nothing to do with brushing teeth, but I was like maybe 13 or 14 years old when I finally understood how to tie a shoe. So that's kind of sad, but it's something like that about being blind. I of course I've been blind before that, but at least I learned how to tie a shoe. So
well, did you go to like any kind of blind school or anything like that?
Yeah, I actually attended Governor Moorhead School, which is the School for the Blind in Raleigh, North Carolina, from Monday, November 7th, 2011 until Friday, June 8th, 2018 when I graduated.
Do you know that I graduated from the Governor School in Raleigh?
You did?
I did. I totally did. I graduated in '94, a little bit later than you, or earlier than you, but yeah.
Wait, seriously? That's cool.
I'm originally from Raleigh. Grew up there.
Oh, wow.
That's hilarious. I had no idea.
I'm so bad at detecting accents, so when someone says, do you notice that they have a southern accent? No, I do not.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I've had lots of people say, oh, you don't sound like you're from North Carolina.
I get that all the time. They're like, because I'm from North Carolina originally from Winston, and everyone's like, you sound like you're from the north. I'm like, well, I'm not. Also, guys, I have no clue how to do this yet with a screen reader on the computer, but once I learn, I'll put this in the description later on, but when I edit the description or stick it in the comments, I will stick Sam's YouTube channel somewhere, either in the comments or in the description box, so you guys could check it out. Because, again, if I knew how to do that before the stream started, I would have done that, but I have no idea how, so.
No, it's easier afterwards. I do that all the time, so.
And actually, I had no clue how to do the schedule for later thing with the live YouTube stream. I was like, let's try to do that. And it worked! I'm like, oh, yes! It works! I'm glad! Alrighty.
So that's pretty cool. Do you, I tell people all the time about how the prison was right next door.
Yes, it still is.
Oh yeah, I imagine it is. And how if you're walking down that back street behind the dorms and stuff, the prisoners would yell at you from the windows.
Yeah, probably. I never heard them, but
That's hilarious.
I thought that, well, not the prison, of course, but that Sam went to Governor Moorhead. That's cool.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with the questions I have, but I'll ask this anyway since you brought that up. How did you like your experience at GMS?
I went there for a summer program, and then I went back to school, and went back to I was going to actually a private school at the time, but and then I went back for the following summer and just had a great time, and I loved it. I was, I've been going to public school and private school my whole life, so I was always the oddball. I was the weird blind kid. So so when I went to Moorhead, I loved it because finally everybody else was the weird blind kid too, and so
right.
Yeah, so I went back from just my senior year, and I loved it. I had a ball. It was great.
Wow, so you never went to school there, you just went there for like summer camp sessions.
No, I did. I did my senior year of high school there.
Oh,
And
okay.
then it ended up graduating from the school.
Oh,
so
wow.
One year.
Hey, at least you were there. I've been there for my middle and high school years, so so for most of my life, really.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm like going back and forth between to see if anyone's in the comments, and then between that and the questions that I have. Because last time when I did an interview, not sure if you know the channel, but Nicole Cata, who also goes by the Blind Boss.
Yes, I saw that one.
Yeah, I interviewed her before, but at the time I kind of made the questions as I went. So I was like, to be more professional and efficient, let's just write them down. So now the question is about Governor Moorhead just now. I asked that randomly because when you said you went there, but okay, now I'm curious. So that's why I brought that up. Do you edit your own videos? And if you do, what do you use? Or if not, how do they get edited if they do?
Yes, yeah. So I pretty much do everything myself. I get help with live streams, reading the chat, but other than that, making the videos, editing the videos, posting, all of that, I do myself. Because I'm legally blind, but I don't have any central vision, but I still have some decent peripheral. And so I can do everything on my computer just using magnification and some small screen reading. And patience, yes, my wife just said in the background. And patience. It takes a long time. I'm much slower than the average YouTuber. But I do edit it. I use a program called DaVinci Resolve. It's a pretty powerful video editing program. It's a free program, and you get a lot with that free program. And once you learn most of the keyboard commands, it's relatively accessible. You can do most of everything you need to do just by keyboard commands, so that helps.
Okay. Yeah, just I'll just answer this question for myself too. I have no vision at all, so when it comes to editing anything, I have someone who I actually live with help me, and she has her own her own channel herself, and she's really good at editing. Now, of course, we only do it with recorded videos because I don't know how in the world we're supposed to edit live streams. I guess we can't. I don't know.
Right.
But but she, with the last couple of videos I posted on my channel, with all the sound effects that's inside and the music, that was her that did all that. If I knew how to do all that, I would do it myself, but I have no clue how to do that with no vision.
Right, I know. I get that question too. I've had people ask, and I've seen there's a guy named Justin Holland who's on YouTube. He's a blind bodybuilder. There's a lady named Kayla with a C.
Yes.
Justin talks about editing all his videos himself. Kayla showed her process where she just edits by sound using her. I think it was on her iPad. So using like iMovie or whatever. I'm not an Apple person, so I forget what they are. Final Cut or whatever. So I know some people do it, so it must be possible.
Holy mackerel. Okay. I'm sorry, did I cut you off?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Before I say what I'm gonna say, were you gonna say anything else? Cause I was surprised about what just happened right now. What just happened?
No, go ahead.
What just happened was because I was looking to see if there was any live comments, and I'm like, there isn't any. But then at the bottom it said new comments button, so I hit that, and there's 16 comments in the chat. So before we go any further, I'm gonna read these.
Sure.
Let's see. That's the most funniest thing ever. I'm like, wait a minute, why is there no comments? But it says new comments button at the bottom, which I find slightly annoying with StreamYard, because I think it should automatically update the comments itself, but it does not, however. So, let's see. In Darkness is here. They say, good day, talented H. Cheers to a good stream. And I guess they were trying to say that to you too, with a blind life, I don't know. JMW Boss is here, hello. And then, of course, In Darkness is talking to someone else in the chat. And then, In Darkness says, P. McGear's Sam. I don't know what that means. Do you? Because I don't.
No, I'm not
He's
sure.
saying that to you, but that's why I asked. Blind Toes is here. What's up?
Blind toes.
Yep. No. Yes, no, Sam. I'm totally blind for my toes because I can't see out of them. They don't work that way. Sorry. Internus. Doing Everything Blind is here. He says, hello everyone, I hope everyone's doing well. Hey, Doing Everything Blind. And... oh, guess what, Sam?
What's that?
In Darkness says that he just subscribed to your channel.
Ah, awesome. Thank you very much. Hope you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, I'm just catching up on these before I go any further, so I won't be like, someone won't be like, hey, Lee, you missed my comment. I'm like, well, dang, let me read them all.
Yeah. I don't think I have access to the comments. So I can't help you.
No, you don't need to. Blind Toes ask you, would you try the Carolina Reaper pepper cheese balls? Would you try the Carolina Reaper cheese balls?
I am not a hot person. I'm a big wuss when it comes to hot things, but I will try it. Yeah, I'll try anything.
When I say they're hot, Sam, they are hot. Okay, have you ever had a ghost pepper or the ghost pepper salsa?
No, I think the hottest I do is like France. That's it. But
because I thought the ghost pepper was the hottest, but I was wrong. Because I tried the Carolina Reaper cheese balls. There's actually 3 videos of me eating those on my channel. Which actually, the shortest one, which is only 26 seconds, they have over 600 views on it. So, yes, they are hot though. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, they are hot.
You just get them at a like a regular grocery store?
I bought them on Amazon.
Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe I'll have to do that.
Let's see. And Ernest is rolling on the floor laughing, I guess. Not literally, but... Okay. Well, this is not really on my list either, but I'm also curious, and if you don't mind sharing, I'm kind of interested to know. What is your eye condition? Exactly.
So I have Stargardt's disease, which is a type of macular degeneration. It's a juvenile form, so it kicked in when I was about 11, and so it's macular degeneration. It takes your central vision and leaves your peripheral fairly unaffected. Although you do lose like your colors, and you get night blindness, so you're affected in low light situations. That's one of the first symptoms, is the low light issues. So I have pretty large blind spots. So if you watch my videos, you'll probably notice that I'm not actually looking at the camera lens. I'm always looking off to the right side.
Yeah, that's me too when I'm recording my own videos. Actually, recently, with the last couple of videos, not the Perkins 2018 video, because that video was taken 2 years ago, but I was finally able to post it on my channel. But maybe the last 1 or 2 videos before that, someone else, again, was holding the phone for me, because I am so horrible at aiming the camera in front of my face and keeping it there. I'm so bad at it, and I'm not ashamed to say that, so... who or what inspired you to do YouTube?
I think it's like everybody in the chat right now. It's the community. It's all the emails I get, all the comments I get, how people, and internationally too. I was talking to a guy on a beach in Spain the other day through a Zoom thing, and it was awesome. He could look out his window and see the beach, and I was so jealous. But it's just all these people saying how helpful the videos have been. All the information I'm providing for them. They're very appreciative of that. So that's what it is. It's keeping that sense of community and interacting with them. And when I go to conferences, people recognize me, and like, it's funny though. I'll say something, and that's when they will recognize me. It's because they recognize the voice more than what I look like, which is makes sense. But
I'm sorry, I thought you were gonna say something else. You said and then I was like, oh, okay.
sorry.
But anything.
I looked over at the chat. Blind Toes said something about Thomas. I'm into ladies.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
I guess I don't really know. Your guess is as good as mine.
I just want to go back and see what Thomas said.
I can go back and look because I'm kind of curious myself. How did you come up with the topics for your channel? So, like, how did you come up with talking about assistive technology and anything else you talk about?
Yeah, a lot of the topics come from the community. So people will say, hey, have you seen this? And I will Google it and like, no, I haven't. And then I'll reach out to the company and say, hey, I'd love to do a video about your product, blah, 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 blah. Or someone will have, I will put the question out there, what do you guys want to see? What kind of topics do you want me to talk about? And I'll make a video about that. The video I posted today about trying to find stuff you drop on the floor, that was someone just happened to make a comment about it in a video, and it reminded me of that little trick that I've used that my whole life, but I've never made a video about it. So I'm like, oh, I should make a video. And so little things like that, you never know. I also keep on try to keep up on Facebook and Twitter, and so when something happens, some new piece of technology or something gets mentioned on there, I'll research and see about putting it on the channel and things like that. And then also sometimes companies will just reach out to me about featuring their product.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Blind Toes says, Sam, if you had the chance to throw a pie at a blind YouTuber, who would it be? And what kind of pie? I love that. I love that question.
That is a great question.
I do. But why pie specifically?
We need to get the virus under control so we can get back into go out in public so we can make this happen.
Like seriously.
Yeah, I think I would probably throw it at James Rath out in California.
And what kind of pie would you throw at him?
Oh, I don't know. Nothing hard like a pecan pie. That would hurt. It's got to be something soft, like a cream pie or.
You could eat the cream. You could eat the cream afterwards. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't think you would want to.
No. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a sugar pie, sugar cream pie.
Oh my. Yeah, I love that question.
That was great.
Remind me if I asked this already, because I was laughing so hard at the last question in my comments. I asked you how did you come up with the topics on your channel, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I did. Okay, great. If you could have anyone on your channel, who would it be and why? So I guess it could be someone who's no longer alive, and like if they were alive, why would you want to have them on your channel? Or if it's another YouTuber or a celebrity, whoever it may be, who would you have on your channel and why?
Does it need to be in the VI community?
No.
Okay.
It does not.
Man, see, this is once again, I'm terrible at picking like favorites and I would want somebody from the 80s.
You sound like Blind Toes now. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No.
It's got to be somebody from the 80s.
Oh, you said 80s. I thought you said someone from the ladies. I'm like, oh, now you sound like Blind Toes.
Got to be one of the ladies. Oh man, I don't know. It's such a hard question.
Oh,
You
man.
stumped me.
That's my job. No, I'm just kidding. No, it isn't.
What
No.
about you? While I'm thinking about it, do you have someone you would want on yours?
Besides blind YouTubers, my favorite singer ever is Taylor Swift. She's a pop/country artist, and I actually went to a concert of hers one time. If one day if I'm able to meet her or like have her on my channel and ask her like what got her into singing and writing songs, that would be so amazing. That might happen sometime in my far future, but that would be great.
You know what? Right now, in the day of or in the age of Zoom and video conferencing and stuff, you could totally just reach out to her and be like, "Look, throw it out there." That's what I tell people all the time. They're like, "Well, how do I get products on my channel?" It's like just reach out to the company. Send some emails. Don't be afraid to. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So you can do that right out to her publicist.
And Darkness says pure gold, so I don't know if he's saying that to what Blind Toes asked you about the pie. I don't know. But that's who I would do, because she's my favorite singer, no matter what kind of music she does.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do you have any tips to anyone who is thinking about starting their own YouTube channel, whether if it's someone who's sighted, blind, or visually impaired?
Yeah, I actually did a whole video about creating your own YouTube channel with low vision or with vision impairment. And I gave some tips and tricks in that video about certain things like setting up the camera, lighting, things like that, editing. So I definitely recommend someone watch that if they're interested in that. But the main tip that I give, and I even say it in that video, is to just do it, right? Just start. A lot of times in life we think of all these things we would love to do, but we never actually do it. And so YouTube's very similar. If that's something that you want to do, you think, just do it. Just start, because don't worry about what it's going to be like at the beginning, because everybody's videos are terrible usually at the beginning. So don't stress about that. It's more important that you get going and you get that ball rolling, and you'll get much better as you go along. And don't get hung up on the subscriber count and all that right away, because it takes a long time. Unless you have some kind of channel like gaming channel or beauty or fitness or something like that, health channel that tends to do really well on YouTube, your channel is going to be very slow growing at first, or unless you have some kind of viral video. So don't worry about that. Don't stress about it if it takes a while. I was probably like 3 years or so before I had my first 1,000 subscribers.
I mean, for crying out loud, I mean, I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. I mean, the number I have right now, because I've been on YouTube since 2013, but posted my very first video in 2015. Just this past year, I got to 100 finally. So I'm like, oh yes! So I just kept posting stuff. I'm like, please share, please subscribe, please turn on all notifications. Like, I got excited about it, and I'm almost at my next little milestone, which is 200. So I'm almost there. So that's why I'm posting stuff that I love to do on my channel. So
yeah, well, that's the whole thing too. Is being consistent. There's a whole formula for growing on YouTube and getting the algorithm to work for you and all that. And one of those things is being consistent, posting consistently. Some people will put out a video and then 3 weeks later put out another video and then put out two videos the following week. And YouTube doesn't really like that. They like every single Thursday you put out a video, or every other Thursday. They like consistency.
that is very helpful. I think people will be appreciative about that advice.
Yeah.
Do you have any channel recommendations? Like who you want to suggest for people to check out?
Channel recommendation. This is another one. It's like the channels that I watch are very niche. I love photography channels for some reason. I love tech channels. So and because I'm on making videos, I watch a lot of camera tech videos. I watch a lot of mobile tech videos because that's the channel I used to have, was mobile tech. So I watch a lot of videos about the newest Android device, the newest iOS update. I watch, of course, a lot of the main blind YouTubers. Live Accessible, Kayla with a C, In Focus, Molly Burke, of course. She's like the queen of the blind YouTubers.
Like, seriously, yes.
I've actually I haven't talked with her directly, but I've talked with her team a couple times. Her mom, who you see in her videos a lot. I've talked to her mom before because last year I went out to California twice, and I tried to arrange something to do a video with her, and schedules just didn't line up. But so someday she'd probably be one of the ones I'm really trying hard to get on my channel. It's Molly.
I'm still laughing at when Indart said pure gold in the comments. I still don't know. I still don't really know what that means. But there's that. Cool. Yeah, I would hear all the time about Molly Burke. She sounds like a very cool blind and visually impaired YouTuber. Do you have any social media pages, or now of course this is not part of the questions either, but it just came up in my mind too. Do you have any social media pages that you would like for people to check out besides just checking out your videos on YouTube?
Yeah, sure. So on YouTube, it's The Blind Life, but everywhere else, it's The Blind Life Sam. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, The Blind Life Sam, and my email also is theblindlifesam@gmail. So I'm not as active on other social medias as I am on YouTube, but every now and then I might put something out there.
No, I was really pleased when Sam, I don't remember how I got his email. I think he mentioned it one time in one of his videos. I'm like, perfect, I can contact him that way. And maybe I don't recall if it was the same day, or I think a couple of days later, Sam actually responded to my email. So I'm like, oh, yes, this will be perfect. So
I thought that was cool.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you reaching out to me. Yeah, I try to answer all the emails. If they're, sometimes I just get some that are just nonsense, and I'm like, all right, I'm not answering that. But all the legitimate emails I try to answer. And then in the description of all of my videos, you'll find all my links for everything, social media, email, all of that.
Oh, okay. And Darkness clarified something for me, I guess. He says, talented, yes. I was laughing with toes.
Oh, yeah.
And the answer from Sam. Great stream today. Thank you. I don't know what answer that you said he was laughing at. I don't really recall, because you said you had a lot of answers.
Probably the pie in the face one.
Probably yes.
Yeah.
I'll probably put this in the document too when I edit it for the next people I have on my channel for this little series I have. Do you have any guests on your channel often?
Yeah, every now and then I will have just like this. I'll have some YouTubers come on and we'll do a live stream, or I will have. I've done interviews, like in-person interviews with people in the community before. I don't do it too often. I need to do more live streams. I keep saying that, and I need to buckle down and make that happen. But yeah, every now and then I do.
I'm laughing at the comments again. Okay. I'm just wondering, Sam, that if I email you either, probably not exactly right after this stream, but maybe sometime afterwards, is it possible that maybe like in the future I can be on your channel too?
Yeah,
If that's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible. We can talk about that and see if we can get something scheduled.
'Cause I think that'd be cool. And like I mentioned before with when you were talking about the WeWalk, I'm going to do or have my little editor record me either using it or talking about it.
Yeah.
And hopefully that'll get a lot of views too. I mean, the shortest, like, back to the Carolina Reaper cheeseball comment, Blind Toes can tell you in the chat that he's the one that dared me to eat them, and I ordered them, and he said eat at least 3 up to 5. The 5th one fell on the floor, so I couldn't eat it. But if you watch the videos, the 3 videos I posted on my channel, they're quite entertaining to a lot of people. Especially the way I reacted. They're hot. Like if you don't have a high spice intolerance, which I don't, by the way, then they'll be hot. Let's see.
I'm wondering, is there a way to share my screen? Probably not, huh?
If there is,
screen.
Yeah, let's say if there is, I have no idea how to do that.
Let me see if I can. I'm gonna show something here. But go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not exactly sure if I knew how I would do that, but Whistler from Theory of a Blind Man Live Stream Strikes Back, I think he shares his screen in his live streams all the time, or knows how to put someone on a solo screen. If I knew how to do any of that, I would, but I do not, however. So there's that. And again, also, like I mentioned before, I was able to figure out the schedule for later thing, and I wanted to start it on time, like once it said like it's showtime. That's the reason why I started it immediately. So I was just telling people about how my day was, and then by the time I was done saying all that, you were there. So
yeah.
My apologies that I didn't start the stream until you got here, but I wanted the very first time I did the schedule for later thing, I wanted it to say, oh, it's showtime, and then that's when I started it on time, so it won't be like, oh, it was showtime like 5 minutes ago. So
no, that makes sense.
Yeah, so my bad, but if I would have saw you before that, that would have been different, but I did not, however, so...
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen real quick, and then I'll come back.
Yes.
I've got something to show Blind Toes. Share screen, share screen. Okay, here we go. So you can see my screen. Let me come down here. There you go. So for my non-visual viewers, I have a design that I've created that's going to go on a shirt very soon.
Ooh.
And it's a picture of a foot, and the big toe is bright gold with shining things on it. And
Yes.
it says, in the middle it says the gold toe, because that's inspired by Blind Toes.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
I understand now when you said, "Oh, let me show it to Blind Toes." I like that. I'm actually curious, since you said what you're gonna put on your merch shop. So, because I noticed that when people have at least 1,000 subscribers and more, they have a merch shop. Do you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers to have the merch?
No. I'm trying to find out how to get back.
Because I don't know how that works. I think by the time I at least get like 500, or if not a little bit more than that, that's what I'll consider all that. But I'm just curious how that works.
So there's two different things. So I sell on Amazon through Amazon Merch. That doesn't have anything to do with YouTube. So you can set that up anytime you want. That's free to set up. And then I have Teespring. I sell on Teespring, and Teespring is what links with YouTube. And I think there is something about some kind of prerequisite in order to do that. You might need to have a certain amount of subscribers and all that to get that little the merch bar at the bottom of your videos.
Okay, and I think with the community tab, you need 1,000, right?
Yeah, something like that.
And what about the store tab? Because it says stores. Is that the same thing as the merch one? It's either store or story or whatever it says.
Yeah, store. From what I understand, that's when you set up your Teespring account and link it to your YouTube account. That's when that pops up. I could be wrong about that.
I have no idea. Like, every time I would see that stuff, I'm like, I don't have these tabs. So, okay. Let's see. Darkness says, face pies cure beer virus. Start the trend, Toes. I assume he's referencing the virus to the actual beer, Corona? I have
Yeah, there you go.
Again, I make this, it's probably a bad joke, but I would always say, like, why in the world did they name a virus after a beer? But that's not what happened. But that would have been interesting if they did. And I'm like, that's interesting. Blind Toast says, good idea. And there's more comments. Again, the thing where it says new comments at the bottom, that's just annoying to deal with. Let's see. Blind Toast says, awesome, Sam. I'm gonna have to get that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, seriously. I actually, am curious about this, too. Do you have a catchphrase that you would use for your videos? Because, like, for instance, Whistler from Theater of the Blind Man, he would say, I think, love is blind, keep it blind, or however it goes. So do you have, like, a catchphrase or something that you would use at the like, towards, like, the end of your videos?
I just started, so I changed the tag of my channel to learn how to live your best blind life. So I just kind of started doing that recently. This is Sam and the Blind Life, teaching you how to live your best blind life. I always do the same thing at the end where I say, if you have any comments or questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you like the video, hit the like button. I always do that same thing every video, but it's not really a tagline or anything.
Okay. Alright. Let's see. I'm just looking at the comments again.
Sure.
Oh, surprisingly doesn't say new comments at the moment, so that's kind of a relief. So I'm like, oh, there's new comments I didn't know. So you said for people to reach out to you is by your email, right?
That is the best way, yeah. Comments and all that. YouTube doesn't have the best comments, whatever you want to say, program or situation where you can answer comments, but then if somebody responds to your answered comment, it doesn't show up as a new comment. So unless I go back and reread all those comments, I miss the responses. So I always tell people, if you need to get a hold of me, email is the best way.
Okay. So I'm gonna have this open to the people in my lovely chat box. Does anyone else have any questions for Sam from the Spectaculous Wonderful Blind Life? Sometimes it is great to be blind, in my opinion. I don't have to deal with paying for my car insurance. I don't have to worry about that, or worry about, like, why are you driving with a car without insurance? I don't have to. Well, besides the self-driving cars, whenever they get that fixed. Does anyone else have any questions or, I guess, compliments to Sam for the Blind Life? If so, please put them in the chat below. And in the meantime, Sam, and if you don't have any, that's fine too. Do you have any questions for me? I might ask that for everyone else when I do these segments, because I think that's kind of important for them to have the chance to ask too.
Let's see, do you still live in North Carolina?
No, I live in Massachusetts now.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you originally from North Carolina? Or, yeah,
Yes.
You said Winston, right?
Yes.
That's right.
And I went to the blind school, like we briefly talked about a bit ago.
So what brought you up to Massachusetts?
Actually, it was my mom's idea. I was in this program called College Access in Perkins, and she just asked me one day, what do I think about us moving there? Of course, at the time I didn't know what to say. So we live here now, and I go to a community college called Springfield Tech, and I'm studying early childhood education to become either a preschool teacher, a daycare provider, or something with the little kids.
Oh, okay. So I live in Kentucky, and very similar. My dad was moving out here, and I was like, I guess I'll go with you. But and that was a long time ago. But here we have a program called VIPS, and it's visually impaired preschool services. Do you guys have anything like that? So it's specifically for visually impaired preschool, kindergarten age children. Curious if you guys have anything like that up there.
Have anything like what again? I'm sorry.
VIPS, visually impaired preschool services. So it's a program that specifically it's like a preschool, kindergarten, just for visually impaired kids.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know. I would think they would. Actually, some things that I'm curious about, speaking of the blind community and stuff, why, like, all 50 states don't have a blind school, because Doing Everything Blind, who was in the chat earlier, he went to Perkins. But he's from Connecticut. So, I was like, you didn't go to the blind school in Connecticut? He's like, they don't have one. I'm like, interesting.
Wow, yeah.
So sometimes I wonder, like why doesn't all 50 states have a blind school? So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I recently did a video about the Ohio State School for the Blind. I was going there to the Ohio State University. What is it? The Ohio State University for a speaking engagement, and I did it while I was in town. I took a tour of the School for the Blind, and my wife and I did, and it was amazing. This place was awesome. It's like, it puts Moorhead to shame. This place, this facility was incredible. So I show it in the video. I talk about the video is mainly about these models that they had, these training models. So like the model of the Statue of Liberty, model of the Empire State Building, that the kids could actually feel and to see what it looked like. But it's really interesting.
It does sound interesting. As I'm still looking, I'm also asking you to get, like, if you have any other questions that you want to ask me. I'm also keeping an ear out for this. I don't want to say keep an eye out for the chat, because I can't see. So do you have any other questions, Sam? Or anything else you want to share on here?
No, I think I'm good. I think we've covered a lot.
I think so too. Again, if I knew how to post Sam's link to his YouTube in the description box on the computer, I would have done that. But I have no clue how. So once this uploads, which will probably take until the next day, because that's what it usually happens, I will put it there for people to check out, and I will share this stream on the Blind YouTube and Visually Impaired support group, in this other group I'm in called, I think, Blind and Visually Impaired Musicians or Music Lovers, or whatever in the world it's called, because I think it'd be useful. And Sam, I'm also curious, and this is also, when I say curious, I mean jokingly, do you like green eggs and ham?
I will eat them on a boat. I will eat them with a goat.
Well, every time when, like I would get a notification about you posting a video and, doing everything blind, he would say, he's like, Sam, do you like green eggs and ham, sir? I'm like, and of course, it's another friend of ours named Sam, but he would respond with, no, Miss Lazar. So that's why I was like, yeah, let me ask him that too, since his name is Sam.
Oh, yeah. You hear that a lot growing up. Sam, I am.
Do you love green eggs and ham?
Yeah.
I thought that was funny to ask. Let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh! This came up in my mind too just now. How do you come up with your music? Like the music that's in the videos? How'd you come up with that?
I think I just found it. YouTube has an audio library that, creators can use, and it's all royalty free. You don't have to worry about anything. So I think I just was searching through there one day, and I found the song that I just really liked, and it's kind of become my main song. I have a whole folder full of songs in MP3s that I've downloaded over the years, that every now and then I'll just go in and pull a song out because I think it fits a little bit for the theme of the video. I just edited a video yesterday, and I spent about half an hour going through all my songs, and I never found one that I thought really fit the theme of the video or the feeling of the video. So ended up not doing any song on it.
Okay. So yeah, like I said before, if once I figure out how to stick music like into a live stream, which again I don't know how, but when that occurs, there will be music being played in the background. And I'll just say this for everyone's reference so they can have a heads up. The same time that I did this interview with Sam, which is 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 Central, 2 Mountain, 1 Pacific, that's going to be for the next few interviews. Next Saturday, I'm going to have Doing Everything Blind and Nikki Wunderlich on at the same time. On the 26th, I'm going to have Whistler from Theory of a Blind Man. And on October 3rd, I'm going to have Blind Toes, except for he requested it to be at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central, which is okay by me. I just try to do like a scheduled time. Oh, and also, Sam, I mentioned this in my videos too, that if people have song requests for me to write about, or song suggestions for me to write about, or a song for me to do a cover of, or topics for my friends from Doing Everything Blind and Nikki Wunderlich of what to talk about, because we're going to do general topics again on Sundays, to put that in the comment section of one of my videos, and if I decide to use the person's idea of either request, I would get them a shout out by what they go on YouTube. So if you asked me to do something and I decide to use it, I'll say, shout out to The Blind Life by requesting this.
Okay, that sounds good.
I just do that to get my subscribers involved.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Do you have any other any other tips for people that would be doing YouTube? So like if someone says like, oh, I posted a video but it's not getting as many views, or if they get a dislike or anything, do you have any suggestions for things like that? I
wouldn't worry about dislikes because it's all engagement. And that's really what YouTube looks at. They're looking at engagement. So even if you get, a ton of dislikes, it's still people clicking on your videos. That's all that matters. And then I always recommend sharing it. Share your videos, share on Facebook, share on Twitter, share them with family and friends. If you have a website, put it on there, because the more you get it out there, the more people will come back and check out your other videos. So yeah, and then like I said, just being consistent.
Cause I'm not gonna lie, I barely like it's been like the longest time since I had any dislikes on my videos. Like actually, from what I recall, my older videos there wasn't any dislikes, and when like this past year I started getting dislikes, I'm like, what? Now of course it was like one dislike only, but I was like, why did I get a dislike? But I was like, yet again, that's there for a reason. Like you can't please everybody.
Yeah, and then it's not clear, what the intent is. Did they dislike it, or did it just not agree with it?
Right.
It's still a good video. They just didn't agree with the topic. I always tell myself that it's some person that accidentally hit the some low vision person that thought they were liking it but accidentally hit the thumbs down instead.
You're like, whoops! Didn't even hit that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's some good advice. Because again, even though I only had like a couple of my videos I had a dislike on it, I was like, who cares? If you can't please everybody, and if someone doesn't like it, then I guess they don't. Yeah. They have their ways of doing it. So I lost this again on record on behalf of Blind Toes. Will you try those cheese balls?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to. I'm gonna look it up right as soon as we get done here. See if I can get some on Amazon.
Yeah, if you're willing to pay like $15 for them, because that's how much they are.
It looks like any kind of food on Amazon is expensive. I just ordered moon pies for a friend of mine, and because they don't have many of these stores around here, and they're like $15, yeah, for a box of moon pies that cost like $3 in the store.
Okay, so it's not just the cheese balls; it's like anything is like around like that figure of money.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, if you guys would like to check out my cheese ball videos, you can get a kick out of them, because I still do. So, no, and I'm saying that to you too, Sam. If you ever have any time, like just by not doing anything, and you want to just get a kick out of yourself, you can look at those, because I still think they're funny.
So, anything else you want to share to the lovely people?
So I did want to ask, what do you think of this StreamYard? How do you like it?
I love it. Actually, I got introduced to StreamYard from Nick. I believe it was either from Whistler or from Nikki Wunderlich, and they said you can go live from Facebook, from your YouTube channel. Because I kept saying I want to go live on my channel, but you have to have 1,000 subscribers to do it on the frickin' phone. And that's when they said to me, "Oh, you can do it for this website called StreamYard." And I'm like, cool. So that's how I got into that. And I would only mainly do live streams either with my friends Thomas and Nikki from Doing Your Thing Blind and Nikki Wunderlich, because that's how we're able to do have all three of us on at once, because I don't have multiple devices for recording wise. And that's how we do our general topics. Sometimes we'll just do Shoot the Breeze streams. And whenever I would do this, I would do live streams, because I don't have a second device to like call you or anything. Plus with some people I interview, I don't have their contact info besides emails. So doing this is the only option. And like when people use StreamYard with a Mac, they're able to text you the link, but I have a Dell PC, so I don't have that option, which does not bother me. But I love streaming; it's fun.
Well, YouTube used to have the ability to do interview-style streams or collabs like this through Google Hangouts. And then last year, the year before, they got rid of it. And it's such a pain in the butt now to try and do two people on the same stream. So that's why I was looking at StreamYard. StreamYard, yeah, sorry. I have Streamlabs. That's what I usually use. And because it seems really easy to do that with this software. So Cool.
I literally downloaded Streamlabs one time, and it kept going into landscape mode, which I think is what it's supposed to do, but it got annoying, and also, I couldn't really figure it out, so... That's what I was like, you know what, I'm not going to use this. But now, according to Doing Everything Blind, he said you can now do live streams from StreamYard on your phone by going to the website. Which is pretty cool, actually. So he's been doing a lot of live streams lately because he got into it. So
Cool.
yeah, which I think is cool. So that's why I'm on his channel and I'm on Nikki Wonderlick's channel a lot because we're friends and we basically hang out and do the stuff we normally do. So yes, if you guys want to go live, either on from Facebook Live, from YouTube, or anything, I recommend get StreamYard. You could get it for free for having 20 hours of streaming time a month, or you can have a paid account where you don't have to worry about running out of stream time. So, but I don't remember if it's a certain amount of money per month, or if you just pay it once. I don't remember, but
I think it's a subscription. Yeah.
yeah, which in my opinion, I don't agree with those because I think they want like $30 to $50 from you like each month. Yeah, nah, I'm good. I'll stick to my 20 hours because I don't use all 20 hours anyhow. Well, I did the very first time by accident. I went 20 hours and 10 minutes for the month. So I never ran out of stream time and like sometime after that. So there's that. Just for a refresher, just if you one more time, if you may, can you please give out your email one more time for anyone that wants to reach out to you?
Sure. It is theblindlifestand, all one word, @gmail.
And he will get back to you in 24 hours. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know when he'll get back to you. That's up to him.
I do try to get back pretty quick, but yeah.
Hey, I thought when we were going back and forth between our emails, when I told him that I sent him the link, I thought he would never find it since we had like a string of 11 emails. He got it, so I thought that was nice. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and again, I will do the interview segments on Saturdays, mainly at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, unless the person I'm interviewing requests at a different time, such as Blind Hose at 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central on October 3rd. And the first person I ever had for this segment was Nicole Cata, so I wouldn't say you're my guinea pig, Sam, because you're not, but you are part of that little series of mine, which I think will go pretty well. So, thank you so much for being here.
That's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. And of course, guys, like I said, once this uploads, which will probably take a day, I will post Sam's YouTube link in the comments. And again, please subscribe to my channel, Talented H.V. Please like, dislike if you must. Share, turn on all notifications so you won't miss a single video. And again, if you have a song request, mainly at pop music from 2010 till now, for me to sing, a song cover, a song for me to write about, topics for us to talk about, or if you think I should try to interview someone else, which I'll try to get them. I was actually really pleased when I was able to get Sam. Or if you think I should do voice acting on my channel by making up your own little characters for me to act out, please put any of those suggestions in the comment section of one of the videos, and I'll give you a shout out by your YouTube name if I pick that, which hopefully I will. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Again, please subscribe to Sam, which is The Blind Life, aka The Blind Spot, I guess.
Formerly known as.
Yes. I had to say that. I thought that'd be cool to say at the same time.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe. And I guess I'll just say my own little catchphrase right now. Everyone is talented in their own ways, so stay that way, be yourself, and enjoy what you do. And I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Stay safe. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.